soles of my shoes are worn, the knees of my jeans are torn. Sweat coming through my shirt, keep pushing even though it hurts. I'm chasing what I know is true, there's nothing that I would not do. When everyone around me drops, I'm never gonna ever stop. I won't waste another minute, no, I won't. I'm a man on a mission. I'm a man on
a mission. Welcome to Iconic Smokers Sunday Recap. I'm your host, JB, in the beautiful Pembroke Pines, Florida, in the Iconic Smoker Studio. And we have an amazing guest today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a gentleman who truly needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyways. His name is Lauren Hendrickson of the Social Cigar Experience and the rep for Rodriguez and Olivan Tobacco Factory. Lauren studied at Kingsborough Community College and believes that dreams simplified are the coming attraction to your destined place. If you can visualize it, surely you can achieve it. Vision plus face plus action equals destiny. This is a man who I have a great respect for, and I can't wait to bring him on the show. And here we go. How you doing, Lawrence? What's going on, big dog?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me, man. How's everything with you?
Hey, man, I'm blessed, bro, and highly favored.
That's good, man. Definitely.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Number one, let's start off with the cigar you chose to smoke today.
Okay, definitely, man. The cigar that I'm smoking today is called the Intercontinental. I don't know if you guys can see it too good, but the Intercontinental. This is the cigar is done by Don Olivan, by the Tobacco Factory, Rodriguez Olivan Factory. This cigar in particular, just so you know, the reason why it's called the Intercontinental is because it has tobacco from several different locations. The wrapper's Brazilian. You're talking about the binders Nicaraguan. And as far as the filler is concerned, the filler is an African combination with Dominican and Italian tobacco. So it's a plus, man. This is a great cigar, full of flavor. It's well put together. When you talk about smoking something that's consistent and firm, this is definitely it. It's from a medium to a full body. It's definitely a good cigar, man. Great cigar to have.
So I'm going with one of my absolute favorites, which is the La Bamba. This cigar is made by Espinosa Cigar. This is one of my top 5 cigars that sits in my humidor. This one is a full body, kick your ass any time of the day type of cigar. This is not for the faint of hearts, and this is not for the beginner smoker. So for me, this is just right up my alley. So shout out to Espinosa Cigar, who also sponsors this show. And obviously I got to have the tea to go with it. So you know what it is. So let me ask you, brother, where you located right now? Because it seems like you got a mighty fine setup right there.
Believe it or not, I'm here. I'm located in Orange County, New York, man. This is my garage, part of my garage that I turned to my little, smoking section here. And
that ain't no garage, man. That is a man cave galore, man. It's the fireplace going on, whether real or fake. I know there's got to be some heat coming off of that if you're in New York.
Oh yeah, well, the temperature has been a little bit on the frigid side here in New York, man. So
where you at?
Orange County
right now. No. What's the temp right now?
Oh well, today we're in the 40s today, so it ain't that bad.
Oh my God, man. I feel for you, man, because here in Florida, it is definitely kicking our asses. We're about 82 degrees right now. It's a very unfortunate situation on our part, but I'll pray for you as you pray for us.
Definitely, man. We still got snow on the ground, so I know you guys are not used to that. You guys are used to palm trees and, good stuff like that,
Well, we got 10 inches of sun. It's a little bit different.
It's an ongoing thing with the people that I'm familiar with that are in those locations like Florida, down in anything down southern, people always crack jokes with me. They always put up pictures of sun pictures of palm trees and, beautiful weather in the background. But I told him, listen, anything with patience is worth having. And I'm waiting for my weather to break here. And then I'll be out there taking some of those nice sunshine shots too.
Hey man, but you guys definitely got some nice lounges out there in New York. You guys definitely have some atmosphere that people die to be in. You know what I mean? So you definitely have some advantages over Miami when it comes to that sophistication that you guys try to bring to the lifestyle. You have now started a group called the Cigar Social Experience. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay, the social cigar experience, TS.
Oh, I said it backwards.
No, it's all good. TSCE, right? The idea behind the social cigar experience is that, we all know what happened over the last year. We were all hit by this thing called COVID-19, right? So, obviously a lot of people, they fell back from going out. People didn't want to be a part of going to a cigar lounge or bar, whatever the case may be, because of the fear of spreading COVID or contacting the actual virus of COVID-19. So a lot of people were at home, even working from home and just hanging out at home. So I was home for a little bit because I was currently on an injury from work. So I was home for a little while. So I started looking into the different cigar groups and things like that of that nature. And I said to myself, it'd be beautiful if we can create something that's just not a regular cigar page where people just want to post their pictures of their cigars and what they're drinking or whatever the case may be. But if we can actually create some type of page where people can come together and we can bridge the connections in the cigar industry. So you can have people that have maybe someone that has a tobacco factory, which we actually have in the group. Yeah. We can have people who actually hand roll their own cigars, which we have in the group. You can have tobacconists. You can have people who make their own coffee, which we have in the group. You can have people who own wineries and distilleries and things like that, which we have in the group. And all these things, started coming together. But what started happening is behind the scenes, there were people who were in business already for themselves that started bridging the gap with other people and members in the group. And they started connecting and expanding their businesses. So that's, to me, the social cigar experience is basically about bringing people in the industry from all walks of life. We got people from Angola. We got people from Ireland. We got people all over the place that's in that group. And it makes it a beautiful experience because when we connect, we build, and we go out, we branch out, man.
So how'd you come across Iconic Smoker? Because you're a member of that as well. So how'd you find us?
Well, first and foremost, the name stands out, Iconic Smoker. And that's one thing about me. I try not to, be too involved with so many groups. I'm involved with a lot of well-known groups as well, but the names and things like that, definitely I look for because it has to have some meaning to it. There's something about that name, Iconic Smoker, man. I mean, when you see that name, the name alone is it's saying a whole lot, So when I saw that, I saw the brand, I said, yo, this is a good situation here. But it was actually somebody that I knew that was in our group that actually put me on to you guys as well.
Oh, care to name the person? I know it ain't no snitching in New York, but I'm just maybe I could hook them up with a care package or something, say thank you for connecting two good brothers together. You know what I mean?
Well, there's some people that I gotta, just continue to live my life and just move on from, man. So, with that being said,
I got you. Inside joke. Excuse me, gentlemen. But man, it seems like you're involved in the cigar industry yourself a bit, and you've connected with a cigar brand. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Okay. So the social cigar experience just started out in the I would say early part of the fall last year. And we pretty much were starting out with some people that, were in the industry, making strides in the industry, doing their thing. And there's a gentleman by the name of Ishmael Olivan. All right. And he's been on a couple of different things lately. He was actually at the Great Smoke last week with the doing that show, the Smoke What's the name of that show? I can't.
Smoking the Great Smoke, the Smoking by Abe.
No, this is a show that the three guys, they look like twin brothers to me, all three of them. They all have the goatee. I can't think of the name of the show right now, but he did the show.
Okay.
Yeah, he did the show. And this was at a Rocky Patel event that was actually the night before, where all these people were showing up, from the industry. And Ishmael happened to get there. He was almost, to me, he was like the co-host of that show because he was making it, crazy. But Ishmael Olivan, who I was introduced to not too long ago, he owns a factory in the DR. It's called the Rodriguez Olivan Tobacco Factory. And he has over 300 and some odd blends, close to 400 blends that he has registered, that he has on his own, and that are, basically his to call his own. So, he's very helpful. He was the one that was helping me to learn a lot more about the industry, learn a lot more about the tobacco, about the leaves and the different parts of the cigars and all these different things that I really didn't know before. I was smoking cigars, but I wasn't familiar with the cigar in that nature.
So when did you start smoking cigars?
Okay. Honestly, I started smoking cigars around 10 years ago, but it was occasionally, it was something that I was just doing. Like I started out smoking, cigars at like events, birthday parties and things like that. And it was just something that I was doing, casually. And it was like, let me get a Rocky Patel. I was getting familiar with Romeo Juliet's and things like that to start out with. And
so the staple brands.
Yeah, exactly. So, all the big brands that people, basically always go to or they flock to, nothing out of the ordinary until I would say about maybe about 6 years ago. I don't know if you heard of it, but there's a cigar brand here in New York, in the New York area, called the Rosario Brothers.
Yeah.
And the Rosario Brothers, they hand roll their cigars right there at the cigar lounge. So you go there, you can smoke there, you can sit there, you can watch them hand roll, you can do all that stuff. And those cigars I was introduced to about maybe about 6 years ago. And the flavors that they have were just out of this world. And one of the cigars that they made actually absolutely became one of my favorites. It's called the Jack and Chocolate. It's basically Jack Daniels mixed with a chocolate like blend. And it was absolutely out of this world, a phenomenal cigar. And from there, I started branching off into other things. That's when I picked up like the other brands like the Drew Estate. I fell in love with the Javas. I fell in love with Tabacs. I fell in love with the Deadwood Chicks. All that stuff was just amazing to me starting out smoking cigars, man.
One of the audience members says that the show that you were talking about is actually the Great Lake Show.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. My mind went blank.
That's Miss Cunningham, by the way.
Okay. Thank you. Absolutely. Yes. The Great Lake Smoke Show. And those guys are absolutely phenomenal. They have a group as well. And I started following their group because they do shows, right? But the interesting thing about them is that they have a podcast that doesn't have like a specific schedule. So they could do a show today and pop up and do a show, 2 days from now, 3 days from now. It's like you have to really follow them to catch on to what they're doing.
That's pretty dope. I mean, as long as, man, actually the schedule part is a whole aspect of time and effort or whatever, because you got to learn that. You know what I mean? Like even me, I picked Sunday at 3. Most people are out with their families or having a good time or whatever. And then if it was football, definitely I'd be slotted between the two games that are happening in the morning and the afternoon.
Exactly.
So, so it's like personal preference, and you got to kind of get your own groove and everything like that. And you don't want to overstep, because if you got friends who are doing shows as well, you definitely want to watch them. And so that way you can absorb the information that they're providing. So
exactly.
I mean, it's definitely an experience in itself to learn how to put on productions and go through this process. But I segued. So with this brand that you're now connected to, what are some of your favorite cigars that they've put out, and how has it helped you, and how have you developed your palate over the years? Because you said you did your transition about 6 years ago. So when did you finally, because now you're at that's a very niche boutique cigar. You know what I mean? So how'd you go from smoking major brands to now smoking niche boutique cigars like that?
Well, what I found is that they have a saying, right? That you know, back in the days they used to say that it's like a little cliche, a jewel in the rough. And I found that in the cigar industry, that's exactly what the cigar industry has to offer. There's a lot of jewels in the rough if you're willing to try different things. Like when I would go to a cigar lounge and I would purchase cigars, I would purchase what I was used to getting, but I would make it my business to always add maybe 3 or 4 different cigars that I never tried and put that into the mix. And over the years, I went from smoking a lot of flavored cigars, infused cigars, and there's a gentleman that's on our page right now that I started smoking the heavier cigars with. His name is LB, Larry Bryant. And we started, he started putting me on to cigars that were more full body. And my first time smoking a full body cigar, he told me, he said, listen, that one's a little heavy. You got to be careful. Make sure you put something on your stomach and, make sure that you have something to hold you down. And absolutely, he was correct, And then from that, I learned that I absolutely, enjoyed it. I loved a full body cigar. So the change, I would say, happened for me.
So the particular cigar you're mentioning, is it was full body and full flavored? Because there's an in between there. You know what I mean? So you got the ones that are full body with full flavor, and then you got just a full body, give you a kick punch style cigar. You know what I mean? So what do you think that cigar was?
That cigar absolutely 100% was just full body out the door. Was no flavor. It wasn't no sweetness to it. As some people say, oh, I'm getting some notes of some chocolate, some cocoa, and it had none of that going on. It was 100% full body, like out the door, and very strong. So, it was peppery, very peppery, but it was strong, man.
So I'm gonna have to turn you on to this one. I'll get you one in the mail so you could try it out. We'll maybe we could smoke it together. We'll do like a little like group perf or whatever like that. We'll collab the 2 groups together and we'll smoke it. Okay. And if anybody wants to join us, it's gonna be the 601 La Bamba. This cigar right here is full body, but it's also absolutely full flavored. I'm one of those guys that I've spent a lot of time chasing different brands and going up and down the listings of what's coming out. So when companies say, oh yeah, I have a this year age, or I have this special edition or this LE edition, I've always gone after them trying to understand cigars. But what happened is you then once you start developing your palate, that's where you truly start learning what the profile of a cigar actually means, so that's when you start learning how to pair your cigar with liquor and everything. So what'd you pair with today?
Today I have, with this cigar I'm smoking right now, I have some Bustelo coffee with a hint of some cream, not too much cream because Bustelo is very rich. So no sugar, because coffee absolutely helps clean your palate while you're smoking a cigar. So this helps to actually, give me the flavor of the cigar while I'm smoking it.
See, this is the little nuances of the culture that people, especially in the beginning, you don't understand. So you'll walk into a cigar bar, you'll grab your favorite drink, but it may not pair well with that particular cigar. So then you'll think you have a bad cigar experience when it's not the cigar, it's what you paired with it. You know
Absolutely.
What I mean? So
absolutely.
I always try to explain to people, like when you're smoking a particular cigar for the first time, or if you want to talk about it or anything like that, you want to have a clean palate. You want to start out real nice and easy. If it's a full body cigar, I tend to smoke them towards the afternoon. Like this one, it's 3:00 here. So, or 3:30 or whatever time it is. And so for me, it's best in the afternoon, but I wouldn't dare wake up straight in the morning, eat some cereal or something, and then try to hit a cigar like that. I'd be on the floor looking like the Incredible Hulk,
Yeah. I've tried it when I didn't know better. And absolutely, I was messed up by midday, man. I couldn't even function, man.
But key word, you didn't know better. You know now.
Oh, absolutely.
So, man, it looks like you in your background there, right? You have a bunch of like different art. I see what looks like a Drew Estate box, one of the Betty's, and it looks like you got a collection of beer, but a lot of Drew Estate stuff. So, are you a Drew Estate fan?
Oh, I've always been. Absolutely.
So,
That's
what are some of your
fair to say.
favorite cigars from them?
Okay, hands down, I got to go with one that's a very argumentative cigar because there's a lot of groups that I see discussing this cigar, and some men are saying that's not for men, but absolutely, hands down, one of my favorites, and people that know me will know this is very true. The Fat Bottom Betty is one of my favorite cigars. Absolutely, one of them.
There's nothing wrong with smoking a Fat Bottom Betty, sir. You're hearing it from me first. There's nothing wrong with it. I got all the yummy bitches on deck in the house.
There you go. There you go.
Know what I mean? So the Leather Rose is my favorite from that collection. I'm just saying.
Okay, and that's one of my favorite. But I absolutely enjoy the Florida Sun Grown. That's another one of my favorite go-tos from Drew Estate. That FSG is a great cigar. Another one that I tend to go to that I love from Drew Estate is that Undercrown, the Maduro, man. I love that cigar.
So, have you done a few of the events with the guys from Drew Estate?
I haven't done any events. I was actually here at the local brick and mortar that I go to. When he does events, I try to make it my business to get over there because I absolutely support it 100%. Because the local brick and mortar is, at the end of the day, all we have.
Yes, sir.
Locally, when it comes to the cigar industry. So when he does something over there at the Cigar Lounge, I definitely go over there and I make sure that I try to keep my eyes smaller than my wallet. Because Drew Estate, man, they have these events and they always got, what the problem is? I'm addicted to the swag, man. I am, man.
It adds up quick.
It does, bro. It
adds
does.
Up quick.
It
so
does, man.
I'm gonna ask this. I don't normally ask it, but what's your favorite team? Football, basketball, whatever. Everybody don't watch every sport, so I ain't gonna put you on every platform. But what's your favorite team?
Okay, here we go. All right, I'm a New York fan all day long, so I get abused for this. I'm a New York Knicks fan. Okay,
we won't hold that against you, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I get abused from that all day long. New York Knicks is my basketball team. However, I do support, of course, because I'm born and raised from Brooklyn. So you see the Brooklyn Nets hat on right now. The Giants, I have been a fan of the New York Giants since I was able to even watch football. Okay, so New York Giants is definitely my football team. One, because I was a huge Lawrence Taylor fan growing up, man. I absolutely used to love watching that guy go across the field and make those quarterbacks shake in their boots, man. So Giants, New York Giants. As far as my baseball team, New York Yankees, 100% New York Yankees.
Man, this show gonna turn into all of New York. Then I mean,
listen, I'm born and raised Brooklyn, New York, man. So that's the thing about being born and bred in the 5 boroughs. You're gonna represent the teams within New York. Don't get me wrong. There's people like my brother who has shamed the family and absolutely is a Boston Celtics fan. I don't know where he grew up at. We grew up in the same household, but I don't know what happened to him.
He wanted a winning team. I don't call him for that.
So Jason, if you're watching, you might be watching. Listen, I love you, bro, but I don't know what happened to you, man.
Hey, Jason, you know what, man? Become a member of the Iconic Smokers. We'll definitely send you some cigars and appreciation. We're actually going after an award-winning team. You know what I mean? Unfortunately, New York guys, I don't fault you. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You got to rep something. I mean, that's what they gave you, so that's what you're going to go with. But, Miami Heat, Miami Dolphins all day.
Well, you guys, okay, Miami Heat, definitely. The Dolphins, I give it to you back when the man was quarterbacking over there in the old days. But
Marino, you want to go that back? It's okay, man. We coming back around. We got enough money, man. We're building a new state-of-the-art facility for training and everything like that. So we're gonna be bringing in some all-stars, and you'll see, man. 2000, we're gonna win the Super Bowl again.
Listen, I know Miami's got the money, definitely, without a doubt. With all those cigar people out there in Miami, they got enough money right there. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. The Dolphins,
Florida just won the Super Bowl. I'm just saying, if I got to put that out there.
Shout out to Tampa Bay. Shout out to Tampa Bay. One of my brothers here that's in the Social Cigar Experience, Kevin, is a huge Tampa Bay fan, so he made it known. I get it. Listen, I listen, I get it. Listen, I've been a Giants fan all my life, so I know what it is to celebrate victories because we've had a few. I'm just putting that out there. You know what I mean? We're not,
Your mic's breaking up. I'm sorry.
uh, 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 you don't hear that?
Nope. I don't hear it at all on my
Listen,
end.
I the only team that I support that haven't been consistent when it comes to winning. Okay, I'm talking about. Listen, I got the Yankees. The Yankees has been known to have come on, man, championship on top of championship.
You got to give it to them.
The only team that I support that has been a rough journey is the New York Knicks, man. The New York Knicks have been just up and down. I mean, there've been times when we thought we were this close, man. This close, but then you get that finger roll instead of a dunk. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know what to say at this point, man.
I'm gonna have to go through my memory reel and see when you guys were ever this close. But
oh, come on, when we had Patrick Ewing, I'm talking about years ago, man.
Okay, all right. So you're going back to the old days like you did with us with Dan Marino. I got you. You live in your age. I got you. It's okay. I can tell everybody.
I'm not ashamed. I'm a 70s baby, man. So I got to see some classics in the Garden, man. I did,
That's what's up, man. So if let's say your favorite team would win a Super Bowl, the finals, or anything of that nature right now, the Stanley Cup, whatever the case may be, what would be your
Rangers? Yeah. What would be my cigar?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Celebration cigar for me would have to be, man, if I could get my hands on that Opus X that was from the Great Smoking, that special that they did. I would want to try that.
You're gonna have to cough up some money for that one. It was two gentlemen that spent $1,400 each on that cigar.
I know, on one cigar. Yeah,
my money not that long yet. You know what I mean? So,
I'm not there yet either, but that would be a great cigar to have just for the conversation piece alone, man.
Oh no, you're definitely right. What'd you think about that event? Because both me and you got to witness history in the making. Abe did a great job.
Absolutely.
And then they did a follow up with the whole Abe versus Steve Saka, the GOAT versus the no GOAT, anti-GOAT. You know what I mean? What did you think about that whole experience?
I think that the people over at the Great Smoke, hands down, my hat goes off to them. If there was an applause button, I would tell you to hit it right now because they put on a great.
What'd you say?
Listen, I forgot. I'm with Jerome, man.
Wait a minute. If there was, hey, listen, let's give an applause.
There you go.
Yeah,
absolutely.
To all those guys over there.
Absolutely. They put on a great event, man, a heck of an event. I was stuck right here where I'm sitting right now, for the entire event. The only time I got up was when I went to go to the bathroom. That was it. But other than that, I was stuck right here the entire event. I tried my hand in getting a few of those specials, but the website kept crashing on me.
That website got me good, but it's okay though.
But
I'm gonna have to get some favors in and see if I can get one of them, at least one cigar.
Come on, bro. You Jerome Berry, man. You're gonna have something coming.
That don't mean nothing outside of my house.
Come on, man. They're gonna send you something. Somebody gonna show you some love, man. I know it. I know that.
Yeah, man. Well, we'll see, man. I mean, but what do you think about the cigar industry now as a whole? Now that we have all COVID going on, and the situation that the dynamics of the industry is changing as a whole.
Well, here's the deal. I think the cigar industry this year has proven themselves in so many ways. So many different owners have proven themselves because here you have a pandemic where people can't go out, they can't get nothing. Some people are losing employment. Some people are losing their housing situation, whatever the case may be. But as you turn and look through the pages of social media, you got these different cigar groups just popping up all over the place, man. Cigar events still going on virtually, and for the brand owners who have been smart enough to take advantage of it, man, listen, they're going to be around for a while, man, because they understood that there was a shift, that something happened. Okay, something major happened in our lives. And whenever there's a shift and something major happens in your life, you can either respond to it or you're going to react to it, you know, and there's a difference. You know, when you respond to something, you're basically absolutely taking advantage of what the situation is and you're making it work for you versus it making you work. And that's a reaction. A reactionary moment is, oh my God, you start to panic and you start, you know, trying to figure things out. But a responding moment, somebody who responds in that moment, they're absolutely prepared for it and they're going through it just like it's just something else, just another change, man. And the cigar industry is there. They're there with it.
Nah, man. Definitely, there was a lot of proactive companies, including Espinosa, Drew Estate, Fuente, just to name a few, that did do their due diligence to shift the format. And now you're getting a lot more educated online content. So the dynamic range of what they're producing now is tenfold compared to, I would say, if we didn't go through this whole situation. I love the concepts and ideas that these companies come out with every day. You got to give a shout out to all the marketing directors for all those different companies. Because,
absolutely.
And obviously the owners, owners always get the accolade, but the marketing teams behind these companies, they go above and beyond to balance out what we get as consumers. You know what I mean? So, it's not just only about swag. It's about new cigars. It's about the education. And I personally like to see more leaned towards the educational aspect when it comes to the cigar industry, because it's a great opportunity right now with all of this going on to really bring everybody up to the connoisseur level. You know what I mean? And have them understand truly what it takes to make one of these.
Well, the educational part, right? As far as that's concerned, that's one of the things we were doing here in the group. And I apologize for the camera issues going on here, but my stand had a little. Oh, okay.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
you touched the camera and a frame fall.
Yeah, I apologize for that too. But anyway, so what we were doing here at the Social Cigar Experience, and there's some people that are maybe even on the line right now that are watching that can attest to it, right? We were doing some live events on the Zoom. And what we were doing is that this was what we were doing last year. We were doing Cigar Etiquette 101 with Chris Patterson. He's another phenomenal brother that's in the group. And he's also a part of the ROCF and BAMF family. He's a certified tobacconist, and he would come on and he was teaching on the different cuts on the cigar, how to properly light your cigar. Because for years, I'm going to tell you, bro, I was absolutely burning some cigars, and that also affects the flavor of your cigar when you smoke it.
Yeah, most definitely.
So I scorched some cigars and thought the cigar wasn't that great because I didn't know what I was doing with it, lighting it, So he came in and he taught people how to properly cut, punch, and do different things with your cigar. He also went as far as teaching people how to deal with pipe tobacco. If you smoke pipes, the different types of pipes and the different types of tobacco, how to properly, pack your tobacco into the pipe, all that stuff like that. So the educational piece was absolutely here, which is why I think a lot of people were coming around and hanging out because they were getting a lot from it, And in the beginning, that's all we were doing. We were just doing Zoom, bringing different people from the industry and the business and different companies, whether it was a wine company, whatever the case may be. We did that in the early part, and what we're talking about right now is branching off into doing other things now, where we're talking about having certain groups, and with people within the group rather, who have things that mean something to them, like different charities and things like that. We're talking about getting involved with that, with doing donations. So we're talking about making this thing really be something more than just another cigar group where people just post pictures all day long and they look good by a cigar, but then there's nothing happening. There's no meaning to it when it's all said and done. So that's what the Social Cigar Experience is looking to do, man, to educate people and definitely expand on that, man.
Yeah, we us here at Iconic Smoker, we definitely do that. Actually, the round of this month's Iconic Smokers of the Month, we have the members that we celebrate the individual members. We also celebrate the companies, store owners, brands. the whole 9 yards. So we'll be doing a release of this month, the people that we want to give flowers to, because it's not about when they pass, then you're like, oh yeah, man, that guy was great. No, I want to give you your flowers today, because at least right here, right now, you'll be able to enjoy it, and you'll understand that there's people in the industry that truly appreciate you. You know what I mean? So I applaud you for what you're doing. We volunteer, we jump into different charities, we do a lot of different donation aspects, and we do events when we can. So it's a great thing to be a group with a positive message and outlook when it comes to the industry as a whole. You know what I mean? And collaborations are always great, because we got a few that we're talking about, and we'll see if we can get those rolling and out. So I definitely appreciate everything that you're looking to do, and I definitely look forward to everything that's coming with your group in itself. As far as the company, you mentioned 2 websites or 2 companies, 2 separate entities. If you could tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, the ROCFcigars.com. ROCFcigars.com is Rodriguez Olivan Cigar Factory. And then you have the BAMFcigars.com. BAMF for bad, I don't know if this is,
you
but
go ahead, man.
Yeah, bad mother, whatever. Bad mother sucker, shut your mouth. Yeah. So that is is definitely important for people to understand that. One, the creator of the brand itself, Ishmael Olivan, military background, law enforcement background. So there's a lot of things that happen throughout the year where he contributes a huge amount to the military. Chris Patterson is also his partner over at RidgeCrestCigars.com, and he also has the same passion, because he's a firefighter, and he's a firefighter for the military. So we're talking about some great people in the industry that are coming up, that are doing great things, and are trying to build and expand. So this is the company that I'm dealing with and that I'm working with, and absolutely I love what I do with them. I love the way that they bring the brand, and how they definitely, Ishmael's always creating something new, always thinking of something different. We have a cigar, he has one called the Inside Out, where he totally took that cigar and broke the rules, if you would, of how you create a cigar. So the binder is not your binder, your typical binder. The filler is not your typical filler, and the wrapper is not your typical wrapper. It's like twisted. The whole cigar is inside out.
Nice. Hopefully coming soon. I know I got a few coming my way, reference those cigars, so I'll definitely give them a shout out, definitely give them a try. And obviously, how can people find you on social media?
Okay, my name is right there, Lawrence Hendrickson, on Facebook. You can go to the Social Cigar Experience. If you're not a member of the Social Cigar Experience, it's a private group, but you can absolutely listen. If you're going to come into the group, all I ask is something very simple. I know you might go through this too, Jerome, but we have some questions. If you can please answer the questions, so we can make sure that you're not a bot. We can make, just that's all that is. That's all that's
we definitely we definitely have a few questions that we ask as well. But then I take it a step further, and I do a quick screening, or the moderators of the group who will do a quick screening of the people as well, because I don't want somebody to just jump in the group and the first thing you want to do is sell items to
let me ask you a question, man. What is it with people like that, man? Like, if you're going to come into a group, and you're going to I don't have a problem with you, if you got a cigar line, if you got whatever going on, I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have is that when you come into a group, feel your way into the group, get to know people, let people feel comfortable with even who you are as a person posting, or even reach out to people in the group and see, how it is, before you just jump right in and start every day just posting something that you have. And it's like, and then those same people will post whatever they have, but they won't credit or comment or like anything anybody else is doing in the group.
That's kind of
that's bad etiquette, man.
Yeah, that's definitely part of the whole etiquette or whatever. And being the fact that online is something new, Some people, they just that's their thing. They just hit the ground and they abuse the system or whatever. But it's also our responsibility. Like what I try to do with when we get people like that, I do try to reach out to them, send them a private message. Now, if you refuse my private message after I made public message saying that I PM'd you or whatever like that, contact, and I try to help educate you on our group and on what it's about, and then you continue to do what you do, then you just get bounced. I mean, it's no love lost. It's no ill intentions. It's just at the end of the day, people come to these different groups to find a relief, not to be bombarded by ads. I mean, on average, the average American sees about 4,000 to 10,000 ads per day. You know what I mean? Just whether you're on Facebook, TV, whatever the case may be, just in scrolling alone, imagine how many ads that you run past. So I definitely don't want my group to be a ad driven group or whatever. So I always tell the people, like, if you do have a brand there, reach out to us, contact us, and then we'll work something out to where you can post and do your thing or whatever like that. We even have some formats that we help. I tell cigar companies and owners and all that, if you want to post in our group, you can. I mean, you're smoking your cigar. That's an ad in itself. Just make it a little bit more subliminal instead of being like straightforward, like, hey, you know what, buy 10 of my cigars now, and that's your first post,
Right.
So you could be like, hey, listen, I smoke such and such cigar. This is it. This is one of the 3 blends, blah blah blah, whatever, like that. Put some effort into it. Don't just, and then don't run across the board. Do it in my group, because I'm involved in a crap ton of other groups, you know what I mean? So don't just go across the board. You post 15 posts and then you bounce off the internet and disappear until you're ready to do it again. Right. That'll definitely get you banned really quick in the Iconic Smokers. So I mean, that's just like that's internet etiquette. That's cigar etiquette. You don't walk into a cigar bar and you whip out your own cigar. You go into the humidor, you buy a cigar, you make contact, you talk to the owner, and then after you build a relationship, then maybe your brand to go in there, or you'll give a few people a brand, or you'll do a tasting or whatever the case may be. Same thing. There is the same thing here. I mean, it doesn't change just because it's the internet.
Exactly.
And some people don't understand that.
And you know what? I find that, some people think because you're reaching out in a private message, like you said, they may not respond, right? Because some people absolutely think that, one, you're reaching out to probably or possibly ask for some products, right? And one thing about me, I'm not reaching out to you to ask for nothing free. If you have a business, I absolutely want to support, if I can support any kind of way.
Yes,
and the one thing you can do is financially, put money in that person's pocket. So the last thing I want to do is try to take money away from somebody that I can put money into your pocket, to absolutely support your brand and your business. It's not the idea of me reaching out saying, hey, brother, how's everything? I see you have a cigar. I'm not asking for anything. I'm not asking for you to send me a bundle. I'm not asking you to send me a 5-packer or, all that other stuff, whatever the case may be. All I'm asking is that if you're going to do something, the polite thing to do is, if I'm coming to your house for the first time, and I walk through your front door, what kind of guest would I be if I walk through your front door and immediately I walk into your living room and put my feet up on your table, man?
I'm Rick James, bitch.
Rick James. You know what I'm saying? F your couch. F your couch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. So, but the whole reason behind this show too is I want to showcase companies. You know what I mean? I want to showcase individuals. You don't have to own anything to be on our show. You know what I mean? You don't have to be a cigar shop.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be a brand owner. You can just be an individual. And think about how many different pieces of equipment that we use on a day-to-day basis. I mean, like me, I carry, obviously, shameless plug, Sean Christian bag. You know what I mean? This is custom made just for me.
That's a nice bag, though.
That's my face on. Bag. Hey, I ain't say it wasn't. You know what I mean? But right here, one of my favorite cigar bars here in South Florida is Ash's Cigar Lounge, and they sell these bags. You know what I mean? So but we didn't go in that cigar bar with the intention of selling them anything. We just we went down there, we had a conversation, we built a relationship, and over the years, because of the way we move and the way they rock, the stars aligned, and we're able to make business ventures together and everything like that, but everything takes time, man. And I think that's what people are missing. It's the connect first and then business later. It's two different relationships. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But it is what it is. That's the slogan of my life. But
and it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
Yes, sir. So one more time, tell everybody your group so we know how to get into it, and then let everybody know what cigar you would recommend from the two companies that if they were starting out. Obviously we ain't gonna go straight to the full body cigar. Maybe start out with something medium, but give us a recommendation.
Okay. The name of the group is the Social Cigar Experience, TSCE. And if you're going to try some cigars from ROCF or BAMF, one of them I would definitely, hands down, tell people one of my favorites is the barbed wire. Now, the one thing I say about the BAMF, right? A lot of that that you see, if you go into that page, you'll see a lot of those cigars are tied into like, military type things or whatever like that. He has a cigar called the Dynamite. Now, when you talk about like artwork and stuff like that, it's all beautiful. But when you talk about a creative genius that takes actual cigars and makes them look like he makes them look like actual sticks of dynamite, and puts them into a carton that looks like a wooden box that dynamite would come in to send out, man. So that's another one of my favorites, just because of the idea and the concept. As far as smoking is concerned, definitely the barbed wire. And like I said, the African cigar. Okay, this is 100%, not partial, 100% pure African tobacco. The binder, the filler, wrapper, the whole 9 yards. 100% African tobacco. That cigar, when you receive your package, I want you to smoke that cigar and go live, or let that, whatever. We'll talk about that. But
yeah,
that African cigar, I'm telling you right now, the thing about that cigar that stands out is that it's unlike any cigar I ever smoked. And when I say that, it's because you can't pick up on notes on that cigar like right away. You'll smoke that cigar. I smoked that cigar a couple of times and I still don't know what notes I have. It's not like I get like, I'm not getting cocoa. I'm not getting, vanilla. I'm not getting, you get a little pepper, but I'm not getting, stuff that people normally say as far as notes are concerned, any oak, nothing like that, So that cigar stands out because of that to me. And that cigar, I'm gonna tell you right now, that cigar is full body, 100%. 100%.
So make sure they do a nice afternoon lunch or dinner before they try it. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And I don't recommend that if you're not a heavy smoker like that with full body cigars, because that cigar, it comes off very smooth, and you'll be sitting there and you'll be smoking it and you'll be thinking, oh, this is not that bad. I can handle this. And next thing you know, you get to that last third of that cigar, you go to get up and go to the bathroom or something like that. And you're like, well, wait a minute, man, hold on. So I definitely would recommend that cigar 100%, hands down. One of the best cigars that I think I've had as far as full body is concerned. Definitely. So if you're a full body guy, that African cigar is 100% down your alley, man. 100%.
All right, cool. So we'll definitely give it a try. Brother, I appreciate you and everything that you do for your group and our group in itself, because you are a member of Iconic Smoker. We'll definitely be chopping it up in after the show and talking about a few things. And but I'm gonna go ahead and end it here because we definitely ran over. I didn't even look at the time because it's flying sitting here having a conversation with you. So let me go ahead and end the show and then just stand by and I'll get back with you. All right.
Yes, sir. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Sunday Recap. I appreciate you guys. And if you'd like to be on the show, all you have to do is send me a private message or one of the mods or anybody who is in the Iconic Smoker group. It could be me, Chris, Juan Nunez, whoever. And then we can definitely schedule you and get you on the list to be on the show. If you have any questions, concerns, gripes, moans, complaint, bitches, or whatever the case may be, we do have a drop box for that. It's called a receptacle, but we won't do that. But But do reach out to us. Do let us know what you think. Anything you want to see different changes or whatever. We will be giving special shout outs to all the different iconic smokers that are in the group, and we will be doing our end of the month giveaway with the challenge coins and everything like that to all of our friends and family. And we'll see you on the next one. Don't forget to check out our website, www.theiconicsmokers.com, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.